Hello everybody. Today we'll discuss about the conditional statement, or sometimes we call decision making statement in Python programming. Now first we will discuss about the theory part, then we will move to the programming part. And I have just given a very brief theory in terms of a flow chart. After understanding this, we'll move to the programming part. Now, whenever we discuss about decision making in any programming language, two prominent words comes to our mind. One is if, other one is the else. Now, in this particular flow chart, uh, uh, I want to express the presence of conditional statement in any programming language and the possible outputs or the possible outcome of any particular conditions present in a particular programming language. Now, the condition here is present inside a rhombus where it is written test expression. That means for that expression where we are making the testing, that is whether it is true or false. Now we have two outputs, that is one is true, other one is the false. If the condition is true means the true part will get executed. If the condition is false means the false part is executed. Now as we are satisfying or as we are checking with the if condition, that's why for every true of the if condition, the body of the if will get executed, and for every false of the if condition, the else part present in the program will get executed. If your program doesn't have any else part, then the program will simply terminate there. But if after this condition your program has certain number of statements, in that case the program execution will continue. Without the else, the program execution can also be continued. So very simple, the program where the test expression will occur, at that point of time the if part will get executed if the condition present in the test expression is true. If the condition present in the test expression is false, then the else part will get executed. Now this is about the structure, or this is about the flow chart or the programming flow of if else or conditional statement. Very simple conditional statement in any programming, in any kind of programming, we have to understand this particular conditional flow chart to write the simple program. Now question is, why decision making is required and what are such programs or problems where decision making is required? I have given few examples here where we need a decision maker in the program. First is, just see this particular program, write a program to accept two integers and check whether they are equal or not. That means here the user has entered two numbers, and the decision maker present in the program checks whether the two numbers entered by the user are equal or not. Another program let us discuss. Write a program to check whether a given number is even or odd. Now, user has input a number. Now, the program will take the decision that the number entered by the user, whether it is even or odd. Let us discuss this program or this problem. Write a program to check whether a given number is positive or negative. That means the user has entered a number. Now the program will take the decision whether the entered number is positive or negative. Another example we can see here. Write a program to read the age of a candidate and determine whether he is eligible for casting his or own his or her own vote. That means we know that the minimum age for casting the vote is 18. If the age entered by the user is 18 or above, then that particular person is eligible. If not, that means else the particular person is not eligible. Now, these are some of the examples, these are some of the problems where we think about decision making or decision maker statement or conditional statement in programming. So with this, I am closing the slides, and just I have briefly discussed about what is decision making, and we'll see one program through which we can understand how to write decision making statements in Python programming. Now for that, let me open the idle editor. Let us write a new program. So I can create a new file here. Very simple. As we know that writing program in Python is very simple. So let us start with s, a variable equals to in the last class we understood about the input function. So for taking input from the user, we need an input function, and inside this we can write any string, enter a number. Now this program, what this program will do, this program will take the user input and check whether the entered number is uh, positive or negative, let's say. So for that, what we'll do, I have written the input function, but I know that input function is always return a string. So let me typecast it. Let me convert it into the integer. For that, I need to typecast. Yes, in the last class, we have understood how to make typecasting in a program, Python program. So now, whatever value present in the variable after the user input, that will be an integer value. Now, let me write the conditional statement. As I said, if is that keyword which will make the conditional statement in programming. So I can write if, then a bracket, and I can check whether the number entered is positive or negative. For that, I have to write s is greater than equals to 0. Now this is the condition for positive. Now if this condition is true, means it will say that the number entered by the user is positive. Now after that, I need to write a colon, because this colon signifies for uh, every that satisfaction of the condition present inside the if, it will get inside the if block. That means if the entered number is greater than or equal to 0, then it will execute this block, that is print. Let's say I can write s comma is a positive number. Okay, then I can write the else part. As it is inside the block, that it is just the next line is coming under this print. Now I am outside the block, and I can write else, then colon, because if else is satisfying, means it will, the control will move to the else block. Now for that, I need to write another print statement here. Print inside bracket, let's say s is negative. Now you can find this has to be inside the double quotation because it is a display string. Now I have closed the bracket. Now just see here, this s is the variable. Now this s is holding the integer version of the input given by the user. Now 0, I need to check whether the input entered by the user is greater than or equals to 0. If so, then it is a positive number, else it is a negative number. Now let me run the program. So it is asking to save it first. Okay, let me save with a number, condition 00. Okay, save. Now it is asking enter a number. Let me enter -10. Okay, now -10, whenever user enter -10, it will execute the else part, because -10, whenever it will check for the condition. Okay, just see here, whenever I have entered -10, okay, now -10 is stored in S, and S first, the control will move to the if part, and -10 is compared with 0. That means whether -10 is greater than equals to 0, it is not greater than equals to 0. Hence, instead of going inside the block, because if fails means this colon will never accept the control to move inside this, and it will go to the else part. And else part also have a colon in the syntax, and as else part is executing, hence the else block statement will get executed. Now this is the value s, which is holding the value -10. It will get printed, then the statement inside the double quotation, that is negative. So here you can find the value -10 is negative is get printed as a output. Now let me execute again, run module. Okay, again I am giving another input, that is 10. Now I am pressing the enter button. Now it is displaying 10 is positive number. So here what happens, now whenever I am giving the value 10, now it is satisfying the if case or if condition. Hence the colon present here is allowing the control to move inside the if block, and under this if block you can find a print statement is written, where it is written s, that is the value entered by the user, which is 10, is a positive number. So you can find the same output here. Now this is a very simple program by which you can understand how to write if else in Python programming. Thank you.